And good evening, nerds around the world. Welcome to episode 16 of the Nerds Unite as One podcast. I'm Paul English. I'll be hosting this event, and today we're going to be talking underrated movies. What makes a movie underrated? How does it become underrated? We'll name a few films that we think are underrated. And joining me today is a great panel that I'm going to introduce to you right now, starting with our co-host, our co-admin, Mr. Chris Miller. Chris, how are you?
Great, good, Paul. I'm just gonna say tomorrow, Avengers Age of Ultron announcement. Robert Downey gonna make an announcement. It's like, what could it be?
I just hope it's not another trailer, because I am like so done with the trailers. And I never say this with movie trailers, but for Avengers Age of Ultron, I've seen enough. I just want to see the movie.
Me too.
I think we all do. And he's already made his introduction here. It is Jack. Jack, how are you?
Good. What about you guys?
We're all hanging in. Back again from Pennsylvania. It is Avi. Avi, unmute your mic and say hi.
Hello. Oh, I have to say something. I am, since I'm Jewish, I just need to clarify this. I'm not going to be seeing movies in theaters for, like, the next month. There's something in, like, there's, like, different things, different laws, like, you can't see stuff. You can see on TV and stuff, but you can't see, like, sporting events, anything, like, any, like, concerts or theaters, anything like that's, like, a big screening or whatever. So I'm going to miss Avengers opening weekend.
Oh, you poor man.
But I'll get it that week. And it's, like, May 6th.
Oh, we feel for you. We all feel for you.
The problem is with I go to a theater. I go to Regal, and the Regal near me only keeps movies open for like 2 weeks.
You go to AMC?
No, I don't go to AMC. AMC is so much nicer. AMC plug, but it's like 45 minutes away from me.
Cinemagic. It's Cinemagic near you. That's what I go to. All right, and making his debut on the Nerds United One show, we have Colton Hunt. Colton, welcome to the show.
Yeah, happy to be here, and I probably won't be here for much longer, but hopefully I'll be able to come back for what's left of the show.
All right, we will see. All right, guys, so as we just said, the topic, underrated movie. So let's jump right into this. What do we consider an underrated movie? I'm going to ask this question to everyone here, but for me, an underrated movie is a movie that's really, really good, that for one reason or another did not get the attention that it deserved, especially when it was out in theaters. Didn't do well in the box office. Maybe became a cult hit later on when people started recognizing it, but it doesn't get a proper respect. But truth be told, it's a very good film. So that's what I consider an underrated movie. Chris, how about you? What do you consider an underrated movie?
Pretty much like you. I mean, an underrated film is something. It's a film that doesn't get us much exposure, nor as much acclaim as it should. I mean, maybe people's. I would consider underrated film to be a film that is one that has an acquired taste. Like there are specific qualities about it that may not appeal to the average moviegoer, but among the select few that may say, this may be to my liking. I mean, it's just like it could be something that's a little bit too good for the average movie audience. Something that, like I said, is not as exposed as it should be, but really should. But I feel there are a number of films that should not be underrated at all. That should be out of that position and should get much more attention. I mean, that's what I call underrated film.
Okay. Colton, I want to make sure you get a chance to speak while you're on here, so you're up next. What do you consider an underrated movie? How do you define an underrated movie?
Well, you guys have pretty much given a good description, but it's like a film that it's not really liked by many people, but sometimes it feels like it's not liked more so on principle than on its actual merits, so to speak. Like I might not be around. A movie that I find to be underrated is actually this is gonna get me stoned, but the Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. It's like everyone.
Hey, it could be
actually,
worse.
I've found that movie has gotten more and more love actually over the years.
I've never seen it.
I know it made a lot of money at the box office, but it's Star Wars, that's a given.
It did.
It's like,
Yeah.
I didn't like it that much either when I was little, but actually I did, but I started disliking it as I got older. But now looking back on it, I think it gets a lot of undue hate on principle. Like, it's actually a pretty deep... Right there! It's a pretty decent adventure film, I think, and while I will admit that there are some faults to it, like the Emperor is obviously evil, I think it ties into what happens in the remainder of this. I think it sets up the series decently enough that you want to see what happens next. And it's not like very obvious. It doesn't have. Well, take the Hobbit films for example. They had very obvious like setups for connections to the Lord of the Rings trilogy that people that didn't see the Lord of the Rings trilogy would not understand. I think the Phantom Menace stands out on its own, that you can see it and enjoy it either as a fan of the original series or as a first-time viewer. And well, and at Darth Maul, that's a given. He's awesome.
Yes, that was a kick-ass fight scene. I have no shame in admitting I love it. I love that fight scene. All right, thank you for your opinion. Jack,
one more
let me
thing.
go.
Oh, sorry.
Jack, let me go to you. How do you define an underrated movie?
Well, I agree with everything you said. A movie that doesn't get the attention that it should, but over time gets like a cult following.
I gotta go, guys. So I'll see you later.
Okay, have a good one.
And I think sometimes that has to do with just poor marketing.
Yeah.
Or not selling the movie what it is.
Yeah, you're heading on into the next subject, which is the next topic I was going to ask. So hang on, Jack. Avi, you are up last. Give me your definition of an underrated movie. How do you define a movie being underrated?
I'm upset I went last because I agree with all of you. Except I semi-disagree with Colton because he said it was like a movie that doesn't... I think it's a movie that like everyone likes, just not everyone that sees it likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Almost
just a matter
like,
of people going to see it.
Yeah, just like even like almost a cult classic, but like most people consider cult classics besides like The Big Lebowski. Most people consider it like The Room and stuff. Like I guess like a good cult classic.
All right, that's very good. Okay, so next question we're gonna ask y'all is how does a movie become underrated? The way I would probably it could be a number of things that make a movie underrated. It's very well at all. Maybe overly hyped that everyone goes to see, that no one bothers seeing this movie, and it just kind of winds up fading into obscurity. So I think those are a couple things that make a movie underrated. Avi, why don't you go next? How do you think a movie becomes underrated?
Well, that's pretty much what an underrated movie is. Like, I think it's probably, just poor marketing. But I want to bring this point up before I forget. There is times that a movie could be underrated, but because it's underrated, everyone's like, oh, I have to check it out, like Edge of Tomorrow. And I was saying that sort of makes it overrated in the end, if everyone sees an underrated movie.
All right. Okay, that's very insightful. Chris, you are up next. How do you think a movie becomes underrated?
I think it boils down to what Avi says. It's like I think it has to really do with the marketing. I don't think not enough faith in the narrative, not enough faith in not enough faith in the underlying storyline, not enough faith in the film. Not enough faith in the film itself. I mean, it's just like I said, with acquired taste. I mean, an underrated film, if the film becomes underrated, it may have to deal with subjects and themes that are not that subjective to when a film goer is viewing what we call an underrated film for the first time. I think that's what makes a film underrated. It's just like I don't think they have any faith that this is going to go through. I mean, this is going to attract a lot of people. I mean, I feel that's how. I think that's what makes it underrated.
Okay then, Jack, you are up last. So, how do you think a movie becomes underrated?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with marketing, getting what the movie's about the right way and telling people you want to see this. And I think a lot of times underrated movies happen because of bad marketing. They don't market the right way. they don't say what it's about. They give you the wrong description. I think that has a lot to do with it.
All right. Okay, guys, so here we are. This is going to be the fun moment. Now that we've talked a little about what makes a movie underrated, how does a movie become underrated, we are going to name some movies that we consider underrated. I asked you guys to think of about 3 to 5 movies that you think are underrated and just kind of talk about why you think they are. And if you can, try to give us a quick pitch of why we shouldn't, why anyone who has not seen these movies should go see it. So, Chris, I am going to start with you on this one. Give me a few movies that you consider overrated.
I already picked out 5 of these films, and these are films that fit the description of the topic that we are discussing at this moment. And these are films I feel should get a lot more attention and a lot more. Should be given a second chance. Be given a chance by a lot of people to look this over, say, hey, this is not really bad. This is actually a decent film. One would be Click, which is the movie with Adam Sandler in it.
Yes, I've seen that movie.
Oh, that movie scarred me for life.
Yeah, that's not a good movie. I wouldn't call that.
No,
underrated.
I'm not even saying it's a. I don't remember. I saw it when I was 6, but I'm saying the one scene. This isn't really a spoiler. I don't know because I haven't seen it in a while. But where he's flashing to his grandfather's grave or whatever. I don't remember it that well because it was 10 years ago, but.
Granted, it's not granted, it's not granted, it's not a masterpiece. It's not it's not Adam Sandler at his best. He kind of
just not terrible Adam Sandler.
No, it's not terrible.
Even Adam Sandler at his best is Happy Gilmore, which I guess is good, but wouldn't count that as the best comedy or one of.
Yeah, there's appears to be a lot of subtlety in this in this movie. Like I said, it's just it's a typical, juvenile humor that we expect from Adam Sandler, but it has a lot of, affectionate moments. It does show a lot of warmth to it, it does set out to tell an occasionally amusing and affecting story. It kind of reminds me of It's a Wonderful Life and a lot of other movies, what would be if something such and such happened. It may not be the best version, but it's a pretty funny film with some really heartwarming moments to it. Another film I would consider underrated would be Jack Reacher.
The Tom Cruise one?
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's an entertaining. It's an entertaining movie. It's based on the book One Shot with Lee Child. Not not what Tom Cruise is best, but he does really, and there was a lot of controversy behind the film because according to the books, Jack Reacher is supposed to be 6'5", it's supposed to be described by the authors as a unstoppable force, but Cruise sort of does that in his own way. One of the great things about it is that the character uses his intellect and not really, he doesn't really rely on his brawn, but partially his intellect. I think the movie works because of his charm in it. And I think it has a great supporting cast. It's a film that should be it's a film that is worth a second glance. Another film would be Super 8, J.J. Abrams.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course, it's about a group of kids who are filming a movie, and then one night, a train is derailed, and then and they had to find out what's inside this train. I love the nostalgia factor behind it. I think the kid performers give really great performances in this film. I like the visual effects, the music. It's a little too evocative of Spielberg films like Close Encounters and E.T. I wouldn't consider it a ripoff. I think it pays too slavishly to it. But I like it's huge. And I think the depth that the film has. I mean, my mom's not a fan of it. I think it's a really gripping and often overlooked film. And then I feel that it's worth getting a second look. Another film would have to be The Rocketeer with y'all heard of that Rocketeer?
Yeah.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Never seen it.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it.
Is it a Disney movie? Is it a Disney movie?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. This is like, I mean, it's about this test pilot, who discovers a jetpack, and finds out it was really, and it enables him to fly, and he attracts the attention of Howard Hughes, FBI, and the Nazis, What I love about it is it has like the spirit of the old Saturday matinee serials, which is how the creator of the comic book, I believe David Stevens, attempted the comic to be a tribute to those older, Saturday matinee series like Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers, Tailspin Tommy, and all those other things. I believe it goes down the well a few times, at one another. But I like the film's spirit, and it's directed by Joe Johnston, who worked at George Lucas's Industrial Light and Magic, and happened to direct Captain America.
Yeah, and Jumanji.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly right. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's a film that's like worth a second look. It's a really affectionate and mournful look at the period of time that's like long gone, and like the sweetness of it. I like that. That's what I like about it. I think it should be, like I said, underrated gem, something that should be looked at again.
All right.
And then my number one underrated film would have to be. I'll talk to you about this, Paul.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's Sky Captain: The World of Tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You heard that, Max?
Yeah. With Laurence Olivier.
Yeah.
The movie, but like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with Jude Law and Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. That's exactly right. It was Jude Law, and he's supposed to be this flying ace, and this his girlfriend, who's like a reporter played by Gwyneth Paltrow, tried to track down this mad scientist who's seeking to build a world of tomorrow. I mean, it's like the first movie that had to have completely. Let's just say it was filmed on a digital backlog with the backgrounds of it being completely computer generated. I saw it when it first came out. I liked it. I mean, I thought it was like a wonderful adventure movie. It had a great balance of humor around in the movie. It's just like I said, it wasn't like a massive hit. I mean, it's kind of forgotten now, I believe, but I feel it should be looked at again because, I feel this is I mean, the visuals are just amazing in this movie. It just have a sense of wonder to it that is lacking in most movies today. I like the energy of it, and I feel this should not be an underrated movie. It should actually. It's like if you want to see a movie like that, like a great movie, I recommend this for you. It's a film for film fans. It's made by film fans for film fans. Now, I recommend you check it out. So that's my list of underrated movies.
Okay, it's a very good list, Chris. Max, when you came back, it looks like you were breathing a little hard. I hope you weren't rushing to get back here.
Nope. I don't know.
All right, so since you missed the beginning, real quick, give me your definition of an underrated movie and quickly explain how you think a movie becomes underrated.
Okay, a movie that's underrated. Well, it depends. A movie that people thought it was bad, and I liked it, or a movie that really didn't do well in the box office, but is actually really, really, really good. For example, Dread or Edge of Tomorrow.
I think that'll be on a few people's lists.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mention Edge of Tomorrow since I like the film, but I really use the term underrated lightly for that.
Yeah, that's the definition of underrated. What else?
Really quickly, tell us how you think a movie becomes underrated. What caused the movie to be underrated?
Word of mouth.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Do you have any 3 to 5 movies that you think are underrated that you want to talk about?
All right. One is a film that's probably gonna get a lot of whack, but Home Alone 3 I think is very.
It wasn't terrible.
Okay, but that's what it comes.
The first one is good. The second one's okay. Everything else, nah.
I thought that the third one was better than the first two.
Oh no! Okay. Oh.
Good.
Okay. That's okay. We got it.
Has anyone on this show not made something that everyone has gone crazy at?
That is, in my opinion, the most underrated movie is Home Alone 3. What else do I have?
But
yeah,
My problem with Home Alone 3 is that it really plays up the traps in the first Home Alone are skilled. The traps in Home Alone 3 are everything has to possibly go right. He's not a mad scientist or whatever. Home Alone 3, all the traps are to a T.
yeah. Okay. Another one is Edge of Tomorrow, which I've mentioned.
okay.
It's just a fun, badass movie that no one saw.
Yeah.
I went to the screening when it came out, and we were 4 in the theater. What else? I mean, underrated. A movie that's really underrated that came out last year is the James Brown biopic called Get On Up.
Get On Up.
Yeah, with Chadwick Boseman. I really like it. It's in my top 10 of 2014. That's 1, 2, 3. Underrated. Awkward silence moment. Rush by Ron Howard. Not a lot of people saw that movie, but I actually really liked it. Who else saw that movie, Rush, with Chris Hemsworth?
I didn't see it.
I did not see it.
Yeah, that's great. That's another great movie. The Rover with Robert Pattinson and Guy Pearce. That's another great movie that practically no one saw. But the most people that saw it thought it was boring. I thought it was fantastic. I think it's a great slow burn, but you gotta like slow movies to like that.
Probably why. All right. Anyone others, Max, or you want to pass it on?
No, I mean I can't think of others.
Okay, no problem. Avi, you're up next. Give me 3 to 5 movies you think are underrated.
Okay, first I want to bring up the Edge of Tomorrow thing that I talked a little bit in the beginning of the show. It first was underrated, but it's kind of the not really backlash since people still like it. That I'm pretty sure what I heard from A Christmas Story is it used to be really no one saw it, but now everyone's seen it, that it has a sequel and all this merchandising and stuff. Edge of Tomorrow is kind of the same, no one saw it, but now everyone's saying it's underrated, so that kind of makes it not underrated because so many people are talking about it that through word of mouth everyone's seeing it.
Okay. Anything else?
Okay, fine. So I'll say underrated movies. One that just popped into my mind as we were talking. I didn't really have enough time to check box office and stuff, but I think I remember how they did. B Movie, the DreamWorks.
Yeah.
That's how underrated it was. I just thought of it. It's probably one of DreamWorks' best. Well, I mean, besides How to Train Your Dragons and stuff. Yeah, Monsters.
Okay.
Oh, that's Pixar. Monsters. Here this was the last movie I saw actually. Dinner for Schmucks.
Which one? The French version or with Steve Carell?
The Steve Carell, Paul Rudd one. I'm just a Steve Carell fan. I don't know anything he's in. I wish he would stop playing the kind of nerdy nice guy that we've seen in Anchorman or 40-Year-Old Version and stuff. But
that's probably his trademark.
Yeah, I know it's Jim Carrey's over the top stuff and
Yeah. All right, well done movies. You got anything else you want to mention?
I was going by Rotten Tomatoes ratings, and really, I know don't trust them, and like a bunch of older stuff don't have as many reviews. But something that's only at a 57% is The Sandlot.
Oh, wait, the first one?
The first one.
That's a great movie.
That's the greatest.
I know it has like a 81% audience rating, but a critic rating of like 57.
What?
Yeah, that's because
Also,
critics don't know
Bruce
what the
Almighty
fuck they're talking
Bruce
about.
Almighty also has a negative rating. Bruce Almighty also has a negative
Oh,
rating.
come on. That movie's kick-ass.
I didn't really.
That's
I
bullshit.
didn't like Bruce Almighty. I didn't really like it that much.
Well, the sequel wasn't
I feel
all that
like
good, but I mean, the first one was fantastic. All right.
I don't think there's any more, but I'll
Alright.
get back to you if I think of
The
something.
good list.
Oh yeah,
Bobby.
Into the Woods. Into the Woods. Like, I really do not understand the criticism with that movie.
Yeah. Some critics just don't know what
People that criticize the movie have not seen the play because they criticize everything that was in the movie that was originally in the play, so they were being faithful, but they're like, oh, I don't like it. Like, I get if you don't like the movie, but I get if you don't like the play, you don't like the movie, but you have to know they were being faithful, and I actually think it worked out. They were complaining that the movie is too long, but then people complain when there's a two-parter movie. The movie's barely 2 hours. Like, and they're complaining it's too long. Yet people are fine with sitting through like Interstellar and stuff.
Interstellar's freaking awesome.
No, I'm just saying that it's 3 hours. People are fine with that, but people can't sit through a 2-hour movie without thinking they need an intermission because the play has an intermission.
Which movie?
Into the Woods.
Yeah, Into the Woods is a great movie. I just didn't think the last 30 minutes of the film were really bad.
All right.
No, that's everyone's problem.
Well,
They don't like the second half, even though it's in the play. I don't know.
I don't even know if it's in the play, man. You
it is
feel
in the
the
play.
length from when it's supposed
They don't
to
like
end.
that, like, the giant attacks the town, but
I was
that's
boring, and it was. I don't know.
I don't know.
Alright.
I don't know. I just didn't like Johnny Depp in it for the 2 seconds he was in it.
All right, so let's move on. Jack, you are up next. You got a couple of movies that you think are underrated?
Yes, I do. And the first one on my list is The Last Airbender.
What?
Wait, that was so weird. I heard everyone's reactions before he said the film, and I was like, wait, what are they? Oh.
Now, no, calm down, everybody. I am joking, of course, because that is a terrible movie.
No, you're not joking. You just wanted to save yourself.
You just wanted to say it. Shut up.
No, I am joking.
I hate
that
I don't
movie.
really like any Adam Sandler movies.
I hate that movie.
Wait, what?
I was joking about
You
The
just
Last
said,
Airbender.
oh, Last Airbender, and then you're like, oh, wait, no, I don't like that movie.
No, because I was joking.
Actually, I don't know if you're joking or not. I have no idea if
I
he's
am
joking.
joking. It is one of the
Wait,
worst
didn't you say
movies.
that was
going
like
to
your
call-
least favorite movie,
I
actually?
swear to God, Jack, you were going to cause a heart attack one day if you keep saying that stuff.
No, it is one of my least
Everyone on
favorite
this
movies.
show has said something that everyone else was like, oh my god, you're...
Yeah, but at least I was joking. All right, now for my list. Dread, which I thought was really good. That the marketing wasn't the greatest. It was really good. And not a lot of people went to see it, and it's disappointing that
That's because the trailer sucked.
Yeah. And it's disappointing with the box office because I really want a sequel, and now we're never going to get one unless they do something like a Netflix exclusive movie or something of that nature.
Well, if you make a sequel to an underrated movie, that kind of makes it not underrated because it obviously
They could do a
got enough
television
recognition
show.
to make a sequel.
Yeah. Another one is Edge of Tomorrow, but I wanted to finish with Dread. And one of the things that was really good about it was Carl Urban was really good in it, and you couldn't even see his face most of it. Like, for the whole movie, you couldn't see his face.
Well, I mean, that Judge Dredd in the comics, he never takes his mask off. Or he rarely takes his helmet off, but when he does, it's a fake face. You have no idea what Dredd really looks like.
No, but what I'm saying is that's very hard for an actor to do and an audience to follow his emotion when you can't see that.
And I give credit to
one-
Carl Urban for that. He did a great job with it.
Another one was Edge of Tomorrow, which
You said that.
You just said
had
that.
a terrible marketing campaign. This is not the end.
What?
And then that was the song that was playing during
What movie?
It's just tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Oh
And
yeah.
then they changed the name to like they should have just kept it. All you need is kill.
It was originally no. The graphic novel is All You Need Is Kill, and then they switched to The Edge of Tomorrow, and then Live, Die, Repeat.
Because
Yeah,
children
have you
would
seen, like,
would see that if they go watch a kids movie in the theater. At the same time, Edge of Tomorrow is out.
It's like Edge of Tomorrow sounds better in theaters, but Live, Die, Repeat sounds better on DVD. Like I don't get it.
Yeah.
The tagline I think is Live, Die, Repeat, and then they switched that to the. Because people complain that Edge of Tomorrow sounds like a soap opera, I think.
Well, I think on the DVD it's Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat.
No,
Yeah,
that
I
was
know.
that's the poster for it. They put the poster on the movie. Are you?
Yeah, I think the
fucking-
tagline
And the
is.
letters Live, Die, Repeat. They're even bigger than the title of the film. That's just terrible marketing.
Yeah. But Tom
If
Cruise
you
and
name the movie.
Emily Blunt were really good. Another one is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that
I was waiting. I haven't seen that. I was waiting for someone to mention that.
Which was a really funny movie, really good. And
But that's
it
one
didn't-
of the things. Once again, if everyone keeps saying the same movie is underrated, I feel like that doesn't make it underrated because I've heard Scott Pilgrim is underrated from a bunch of people.
Well, it became a cult classic, but it's still kind of underrated. And it
Yeah, I
didn't,
know. Like,
And it didn't do well at the box office, like, at all. And
Like I know the first Austin Powers movie did not do good in theaters, but it did amazing. Like its rental life was like great.
I think that's all for me.
All right, very good. Very good, Jack. All right, so wrapping it up, I got a few films that I want to bring up that I think are underrated. Dread was on my list, but because you all talked about it, I'll skip it. But terrible job marketing. It's a great movie. I love it. All right, so a few films that I think are underrated. These are in no particular order, but Rookie of the Year, I feel, is a very underrated film. It came out the same year as The Sandlot, which
I've never heard of this
Sandlot's so Sandlot's. I'm pretty like I like Rookie of the Year. Sandlot's better though, in my opinion.
Well, Sandlot is like one of the best movies ever, baseball movies ever made. And because Rookie of the Year came out the same time, it got overshadowed. But this is a wonderful comedy film. Max, did you say you've never heard of it?
No, that was me. I never heard of it.
Oh, Jack, come on, you gotta see it. It's so much fun. It's about this kid played by Thomas Ian Nicholas who breaks his arm, and when it's all healed, his tendons heal to the point that he can throw a baseball at 100 miles an hour, and he's 12 years old. So he played for the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, because that would happen, actually. Wasn't there also a baseball movie
Little
where the guy
Big League?
played for, like, the Twins?
Is
No,
that,
I'm
that
not
Little-
talking a Little Big League.
Well, you say
that's that one,
he's
okay.
small and he plays with the Chicago Cubs. I'm like,
One movie he played,
I was
someone
talking
plays for
about
the
Rookie of the
Twins,
Year.
one someone plays for the Cubs. But I'll also mention Angels
Yeah,
in
they're
the
two
Outfield
different
then,
movies.
if we're mentioning baseball movies. The remake, I'm
Yeah,
talking
that
about,
was
not
one,
the original, the remake.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, a Rookie of the Year, very underrated film. It's funny as all hell, and of course, as I just mentioned, it stars a young Thomas Ian Nicholas before he got famous for American Pie.
Oh yeah.
All right, so that's one. Another film I think is strongly underrated is the 1995 Balto. And once again, just like Rookie of the Year, Balto came out the same time that Toy Story came out, which, as we all know, is one of the greatest animated films of all time. No way anything's topping that. But don't overlook Balto. It has a very strong story, wonderful characters, a great anime movie that I highly recommend it to anybody who's not seen this movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time, man. Jeez.
That would be me. I don't think I've seen it.
Fantastic movie. You guys need to check it out if you haven't seen it. All right, another one, and this is really developed. I don't know if it's underrated anymore, but it certainly was when it came out, and that was Galaxy Quest. Came out the same time as episode Star Wars
Should have
episode
mentioned
1.
that. That was good.
By Brad
Star Wars episode 1, which everybody saw. So this is kind of like the third or fourth film on people's list, but it is so much fun. I laugh my butt off whenever I watch
Yeah,
it.
no, that's
Don't be
good.
avenged. Oh my god.
Yes. Oh, great movie. It's supposed to be like a Star Trek parody, and it handles it so well.
Yes.
And then they spoof, and then they do pretty much that on. I was watching a Disney Channel show with my sister, and they kind of did that. They did Galaxy Quest. It was like they think they're like fake aliens at this like Comic-Con type convention, and it's like they're actually real aliens.
Yes, that's how Galaxy Quest goes. A wonderful movie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was. The same thing.
Speaking of Star Trek, the final one I want to bring up is the 10th film, Star Trek Nemesis.
It's not good.
It's not good. Yes, I think it is. I know a lot of people consider it the other bad Star Trek film. I strongly disagree. I love the dark tones of it. Amazing action sequences, and I love how they handle the whole theme of nature versus nurture. I love how that...
I have a question. What is the other bad Star Trek film?
Star Trek Insurrection. That film is absolute god-awful garbage.
I thought people say all the odd ones are the bad ones. I thought all the odd ones people say are the bad ones.
That's really
pretty good. 3's pretty good.
5, Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier, when Kirk and company go to search for God, that's pretty much like the bad apple.
There's no way you can live up to that hype. If you want to see me do a rant on it, I did it way back. I did a rant on that all the way back in episode 1, so check it out. But, you cannot live up to that hype. You promising God? What the fuck, Shatner? Jeez.
Oh, God.
And then number 1 is slow as hell.
Oh, God.
Number 1 will put you to sleep. You need to go to sleep. I don't know how to go to sleep. Watch Star Trek: The Motion Picture. You're out. All right, so yeah, that was my list. Those are my underrated. We wrapped up this main segment. Does anyone have anything they would like to bring up for a quick discussion before we head out for the day?
I do.
Who said that?
How happy are we that Deadpool is going to be rated R?
10 out of 10. I'm pumped. If it's real.
I'm just waiting for Pixel's MPA rating. I'm assuming PG-13, but I don't know.
I am so happy. I'm so happy Deadpool is rated R, and that was the best April Fool's prank.
Well, that's why I'm not 100% convinced, because it was pulled on April Fool's.
No, my favorite April Fool's prank was I'll say after simulated.
But because I'm about 99% sure it's going to be R, but I mean, I'm reluctant to be 100% about it.
No, they confirmed it. It's R.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hope so. I mean, that'll be awesome as a rated R film. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for episode 16. I want to thank everyone for being here. Avi, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. Yeah.
Max, it's a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Jack, thanks for being a part of this.
You're welcome, and holy chimichangas.
And Chris, as always, it's been a pleasure.
Oh yeah, like especially in the blast, man. Especially talking about this topic, man.
Yes, indeed. And I want to give a shout out to our co-host Caleb Tufts, who could not be here today. He is heading down to Louisville to be with the girl of his dreams, starting the next chapter of his life. Hopefully, he will be able to join us next week. And with that, we are going to end episode 16. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Have a great night.